here at Old Trafford, we continue our following of the unbeaten teams. Last week we saw Chelsea keep their unbeaten record when they thrashed Aston Villa. Today it's the unbeaten Burnley we're watching, playing against Manchester United. Almost a packed house on a fine afternoon. There's the Manchester United team, putting it in their rough 4-3-3 formation. And Aston will be the substitute. And this is the second game of Stepney, who they signed for £50,000, the goalkeeper signed from Chelsea. That then is the Manchester United team, playing in dark shirts. Burnley playing in white. Their side, unfortunately, does show some changes, because just before the game, Alex Elder, their Irish international back, went down with a sore throat, and he's out of the side. And number 3 will be Talbot, who was an England under-23 centre-half back in the days when we had such things as centre-halves. Well, an extremely good team, and the clashes between Manchester United and Burnley, always electric ones. The referee comes from Gloucestershire, Mr. D.W. Smith. Both teams will be in the running, no doubt, for the championship before the end of the season. And so this large crowd on a fine day is all set for the match of the day, Manchester United versus Burnley. Manchester United to kick off. I think this is the first and last time we shall see those 3 men, 8, 9, 10 standing in the old inside forward formation. Miller, Harris. Strange to see this crowded Old Trafford now flagless and bannerless, because all flags and banners have now been banned here at Old Trafford. Creran, Law being closely shadowed by Miller. Now Sadler. Law. Hearn. Irvine. This is Morgan, the man Chelsea are said to want. Burnley, remembered, during midweek in the Fair Cities Cup, drew 1-1 in Stuttgart. Lockett. So in these opening couple of minutes, we've seen enough to know that we're in for a sparkling game of football. This is Charlton. Bellamy to Lockhead. There's Harris hanging around, nobody on him. Industrious player, this chap. And a handball by Angus. Free kick to Manchester United. That is Georgie Best. Shot away then, having come back in defence. And here's Alex Stepney in action for the first time in the match. Creran, a good ball to Charlton. Law. With Dennis Law around, you can expect anything. Number 9 is Irvin. Fouled by Ferren. That is Law coming back to reinforce the defence. Dangerously near the penalty area, wasn't it, that offence? Number 10, Harris going across to take the free kick. Dunn did well to get that away. Morgan to Bellamy. Angus to Morgan. What's Lockhead, number 8? Who stepped in, not very certain of that one, and is best back in defence. Talbot. Styles. No. Bellamy. That's a good clearance by Stepney to Craren. Brennan and Craren lurking on the right wing. There's Craren. That is how Burnley have come back to pack. Very fluid, mobile football. Now Law. And Law is penalised for trying a scissors kick when he's much too near Brian Miller. There's Law. The Stretford end is loud as ever with their songs and their chants, despite the fact that they're not as colourful without their flags and banners. 20 minutes gone, no score, a lot of good, interesting football. Sadler. Hurt to Best. Oh, away goes Craren, but not quite as fast as that. This is O'Neill. Harris to Talbot. Good illustration of the role Styles plays as a centre-back alongside Bill Fox. Charlton. Square one for Styles to run onto. Very little passes this Burnley number 4, O'Neill. Game being stopped while the players remove the rows and rows of toilet rolls which have been thrown on from behind the Stretford end goal to our left. Sadler taking that one well. Hurd. Number 11, Best. And Charlton. Play on. There's Bobby Charlton. The Manchester fans claiming he was robbed then by a handball. This is Angus. Up comes Talbot. Now Bellamy. Number 11, Coates. Offside. Backs up, the whistle's gone. Free kick to Manchester United. It quite often happens when two very good teams meet. They're cancelling each other out. Speed up the mark. Yes, this is Law, number 8. Oh, what a bad ball. Oh, mistake, adding to mistake. Now this is Best. That's going down the right. Creran backing up. Stiles moves forward. Sadler back to Dunn. Bellamy. Neil and see how deep Harris just on the right is. Angus. Morgan has gone the square with him on the right. Now Charlton. Best way over on the right wing. He can move down the touchline, and here's Best. Charlton calling for a return ball. A bad one from Best. Charlton. I think Charlton was calling for a short one to be pushed inside to him, then he could have had a shot. And Bobby Charlton given an almost impossible task then. Now Sadler to Law. Number 10, Charlton. Number 3, Dunn. Best. And Best take them on. Then again, there's O'Neill there in the nick of time. To get through this Burnley defence will take the dribbling skill of a Law or a Best. Well, some quick 1-2 wall passes. There's Creran to Best. But that's Law. Oh. There is Dennis Law, the scorer of the first goal for Manchester United. 38 minutes gone, and it did take the dribbling skill of a Georgie Best, and then that thrilling overhead kick by Law. This match really needed a goal, so to be set alight now by that lead that Manchester United have taken. Here's Sadler. Law. What a footballer he is to Sadler. There's Dave. Sadler. Young player, Manchester United signed as an amateur. Stretford End 9, full cry. Freren. There's Law, who's having some trouble with that right leg. Stockings have been rolled down. Five minutes left of the first half. Manchester United lead Burnley 1-0, and Burnley get a free kick. Funks using his arms around Lockett. And Law has got off the field at the far side. There he is. And a bang or cramp. Hard to tell which, but Johnny Crompton, the Manchester United trainer, has reached him now, so all should be well any moment. Miller. Old Trafford. Getting it away. Everybody but Blacklaw, the Burnley goalkeeper, in Manchester United's half now. Angus. Irvin is Lockhead. Notice the jump that Lockhead made then as the ball was dropping to unsight the Manchester United goalkeeper Stepney. And Law comes back on as Morgan takes the corner for Burnley. It's a nasty in-swinger. Charlton Styles moves forward. Styles. Sadler. O'Neill, little fella number 4 for Burnley in the white shirt, playing a splendid game. Once again, it's O'Neill now leaving it for Morgan. Morgan fouled by Best. Good ball by Harris to Bellamy. Bellamy, lots of space. To that good position. In the corner to Burnley. Bellamy now to number 2, Angus. Sadler. Sadler now to Best. Manchester United should do it. It's 2 against 1. Law's in the middle. There's Law. Best. Now it isn't 2 against 1, but oh, a fine save by Blacklaw. There's Georgie Best. Manchester United had 2 against 1 then, but they didn't take advantage of it quickly enough. A fine save by Blacklaw, the Burnley goalkeeper. Best with the corner. Number 11, Coates. see the Manchester United fans now live in a submarine too. A red one. Chelsea last week put in a blue one. And there's Lockhead, the goal! And the 0-1-2 of Irvin and Lockhead has equalised. Lockhead, the one nearer to us. One goal each then. And there's about 2 minutes left of the... Not 2 minutes left, right on half-time. There's the last kick of the half. Lockhead equalises for Burnley, and it's one each at half-time. Goal scorers, Law for Manchester United, Lockhead for Burnley, and Burnley to kick off. Still, and match balanced on a knife edge. There's Charlton. That is Sadler. Wonders whether Laws got over that leg trouble he had late on in the first half. Brennan to Hurd. O'Neill. What a fine player this young chap is. Coates. Now Bellamy. This is O'Neill, number 4. Manchester United on the break. It's Best. And Law. Up comes Craren. Not in a good shot under difficult circumstances. Law. Oh, still not moving with the usual freedom. Oh, Styles. Let's see what Law can do with this one. Charlton, but I notice Law hasn't moved up looking for the return pass. Charlton looking disgusted at himself for that one. Number 6, Bellamy. Lockhead, now Irvin, number 9. Well, that one didn't worry Alex Stepney much. Not in the end, anyway. Charlton, you'll notice the number 10, Harris, for Burnley is playing almost a defensive role. A beautiful goal! Oh, that was one out of the blue by Hurd. And I think Law has come off. Law is going off. And Aston is coming on, and Manchester United 2-1 each. Law going off, Aston coming on. There's Dennis Law coming off. What a goal out of the blue for David Hurd. Away comes Bellamy. Levin back to Harris, who's been used purely as a defensive player in the second half, but he'll have to move up now. The onus is on Burnley to come at Manchester United now. Best, Charlton moving up on the right. This is Best. Charlton. Lovely move by Best and Charlton. Manchester United fans living in that red submarine of theirs, with all the clubs having this as their song now. Even almost Technicolor Navy. Now Best. Manchester United certainly not sitting on their lead, but taking the game to Burnley. This is young John Aston, whose father was a great player for Manchester United and for England. Here comes O'Neill for Burnley. For O'Neill. And away comes Crary. Now to Best. Charlton darting down the left. Now Harris for Burnley. To Bellamy. Number 4, O'Neill. And Manchester United really packing their defence now. Aston. Oh, a beautiful ball to Best. He's got Hurd on his right. He might do it himself. What a miss by Best. Lockhead, Irving. Manchester United are developing a real thirst for this match. Crary, now Charlton. The players moving well off the ball now, all eager to move forward. Here's Aston, but the shooting leaves something to be desired. Number 12, John Aston, on for Dennis Law. With that one a wee bit too quickly. Now Miller to Harris. Miller, O'Neill. Creran finding Charlton. Aston. Sadler. Now Charlton. Maybe a shot from him. And now to Hurd. And once again a do-or-die tackle by O'Neill. That's Miller. Miller to Bellamy. Best after him. Bellamy now to Coates. And the corner to Burnley. Twelve minutes or so of the second half gone. Corner to Burnley, who are trailing 2-1. And the tall Talbot has gone up. Bangers can lob this one into the penalty area. That was Talbot not having any success in the air. So now it's Sadler. Charlton. Burnley ball. Gentleman behind me keeps shouting the other way, but then he's not in charge. By O'Neill. Here's Brian O'Neill. He's born in Bedlington in Northumberland. One of the many players Burnley have signed straight from school, and one of the many players they've signed from the northeast. Miller to O'Neill. To Miller. And Brennan now up to Aston. Burnley doing a little more of the coming forward at the moment. O'Neill. Well played, Miller. Now Harris. Bellamy. This is O'Neill. To Sadler. Manchester United getting the rebounds. Charlton fouled by O'Neill. A couple of northeast lads together. Bobby Charlton and number 4 for Burnley, Brian O'Neill. Aston and the corner. Shows the advantage of chasing everything. Minutes of the second half gone. Manchester United still in the lead, 2-1. Harris to O'Neill. Head to Aston. Oh, it's a good ball to Best. Aston on his left. Well, it's not going for George Best this afternoon. Number 4, Craren. Best. Well, that time it did go for Best. Heard. And Blacklaw's having a real hot time of it now in the Burnley goal. No wonder he's grinning all over his face. Miller to O'Neill. Lockhead, and there's Irving. One feels he should have had that at the back of the net. Here's Harris. To Morgan, and here's O'Neill offside, flagged offside. Offside. We're beginning to see now Burnley throwing O'Neill up into the attack. Bellamy has gone back. Finely worked goal, in inverted commas, robbed on the linesman's offside decision. This is Sadler to Best. George Best, great player. Irving. Back now to O'Neill. Has the feeling that this is the fellow who could snatch a point for Burnley if anybody can. Now, Dunn coming away. Dunn to Charlton. Aston. Best. Aston. And good goalkeeping by Blacklaw. 6 yards out of his goal to narrow the angle. Morgan. O'Neill. Charlton. Here comes David Hurd. And Craren, a lovely goal. That should be it, 3 minutes from the end. And there's Pat Craren. Smiling all over his face, gets the goal that clinches Manchester United's victory. Good running off the ball. He ran full 20 yards to be in position for that pass from Hurd. And so Burnley must surely have lost for the first time this season. One hesitates to say that, especially when last time we saw Manchester United, they lost 2 goals in a minute. O'Neill. And there the delighted Manchester fans singing, "We've won." No banners, no flags, just the red and white scarves held over their heads and waved in triumph now. Now here comes Aston. To Prairie. Number 11, Best. Heads, scored one and made one. Prairie. Aston, pulled down, free kick. Free kick to Manchester United. Somebody going to have a crack at this one? Styles. Irving. This is Heard. To Charlton. Manchester United can play it easily now. They've almost certainly won the match. United leading 3-1 and by my stopwatch 35 seconds left for play. Here's O'Neill. Manchester United 9th this morning, Burnley 2nd. And the First Division, such a closely contested race that the teams now are level on points. And there were 7 positions different this morning. It's a case of win a match these days and you can shoot up from the middle of the table to the top almost. Styles. Charlton. Oh, a good bit of football by Aston to Prairie. To Saturday, is this number 4? Yes! And there's Sadler, the scorer. But surely the man who made it was young John Aston. So 4-1, Manchester United win, and I think that's the last act of the match. Any second now the whistle will go for the end. And there goes the whistle. We've had a go with the last kick of each half, and Manchester United have won 4 goals to 1. Burnley have lost for the first time this season.